Hello friends, welcome to my channel CS Learning. Today we are going to learn about logical operators and relational operators. Okay, so first we are going to see what is relational operator and then we will go to the logical operators. Okay, now let's see how many relational operators are present in Python. See, in the term relational operator, relation refers to the relationship that the values can have with each other, right? Now, suppose I am having two variables. Take an example like a and b. A equals to 4 and b equals to 6. Now, a is greater than b will be false because a value is 4 and b is 6. So here we are having a relation a and b, that a is less than b and or we can say that b is greater than a, right? We can say like this also, a is not equals to b, right? So these are called relation in between two values in Python or two operands, like a and b are the operands. Okay, now there are 6 relational operator in Python. You can see over here there are 6 relational operators. First one is less than, the symbol is this, and second one is greater than, symbol is given. Then less than equals to, greater than equals to, and not equals, right? So these are the relational operators we are having in Python. And always remember one more thing, that is, if the comparison is true, the relational operator results into the Boolean value true. And if the result is false, that means if the comparison is false, like if I took a and b, suppose a is 4 and b is 6, so a greater b, this will give you a false value or a false result. So if the comparison in between these two operand a and b is false, then it will return the Boolean value false. Okay, this is a basic thing about relational operator. Now see, for numeric type, the values are compared after removing the trailing zeros after the decimal point. Like in case of 4 and 4.0, these two values are equal, treated as an equal value in Python, because it will not take this 0.0 as a decimal point. Like 4 and 4.0 is having the same value in mathematical concept, or in mathematics it is having the same value. It is having two different data type, but the values are same, right? That's why it will, if I compare this two, it will return a true value, right? This is the thing about relational operator. Okay, now we will see how it works with Python. Then we will go to the next part of today's lesson, that is logical operator. So we will open Jupyter Notebook again, as in every class we have seen examples with this Jupyter Notebook. So let's get started with this. First we will open the same file that we are having, Python basics. So let's write a small code over here so that we can understand the use of relational operator. Okay, now I'm giving here a print statement so that whatever be the value of this comparison, it will be printed. Okay, now A less B and A is not equals B. See, this is a not equals sign over here, that is exclamation mark and equals. Okay, now I will run this code and let's see what will be the result. See, it is giving you false, true, true. That means the first value of this comparison A greater B will be false. The next value of A less B will be true, and also the third value will be true, right? Now we have already seen, it is proved that in the Python it is proved that it will return the comparison, or this relational operator will return the boolean value. Okay, now we will see what are the logical operator. Okay, now let's move on to the logical operator quickly. Now see, this logical operators, actually these are boolean logic operators. This is also called the boolean logical operators. Okay, now why this is so, let me explain you a bit. See, we are having three different operators, three different boolean operators, or and not. Okay, now why it is called a logical operator or boolean logical operator? Because this all this or and not values are work over the boolean values. Okay, that how a boolean value will give you the final output, or we can say, suppose we are having two different relationship, that is A greater B and B greater C. So if I put a logical operator in between these two relation, so if this two relation will return a boolean value, suppose this is returning false and this is also returning false, so this two ultimate value of this two will be false again. Okay, now if one is true and one is false, then also the ultimate result will be false. Now there are some certain rules for and or operator. These two are boolean operators, or these two are binary logical operator. These two will work with at least two operand, but this not can work with only one operand, that is A not or not A. If I write, then it will reverse the A. Means if A is false, not A will be true, and if A is true, then not A will be false, like that. Okay, so now we will again move to Python and we will see that how this and or operator will work. Okay, just a sec. Now suppose I am writing here x equals to 13 and y equals to 5. Now I am writing a statement that is print x greater y and y is not equals x. Okay, now you can see x is greater y and y is not equals x. What it will give you as a result, or what will be the result of this particular print statement, right? So let me run this code. You see it is returning true, but why it is returning true, let me explain this with step by step values. So I will just write over here. So two different expression I have written in two different print statements, so that you can understood that what will return by this x greater y and what will be returned by this x not y. So you can see these two are returning true values, true and true, right? Okay, let me give a so just give it a try. Okay, miss the syntax here, comma should be, otherwise it will give. Okay, now 1 is returning true and 2 is also returning true, so the third print statement will also return true value. That is the thing I want to show you, that true statement will be true if I will give a and 1. Okay, now suppose I will give here such a statement that will return a false value. Okay, now double equals, I have given here double equals. Now x is not equals to y, right? So let me run this one. You see this is true and this is false, so let me change this one as well, and you just notice the changes I am doing over here. You see the third statement become false. So what we came to know from this program, or by this example, what we came to know, that if two values are different, that is one is true and one is false, and if in between we put a and operator, then the final result will be false. Okay, now the same thing if I try with the or operator, you can see if I run it, it is giving the true result. Okay, so the rules are, in case of and operator, whenever both the values are true, means both the conditions are true, then only the final result will be true, otherwise the final result will be false. Okay, in case of or operator, if any one of the values or if any one of the condition will true, that means either x greater y is true or y equals x is true. Okay, so if any one of this condition, that is I am giving here, both of the among both of the condition, is anyone is true, if anyone is true, then the final result will be become true. Okay, that is all about and an or operator. So let me one more time repeat this, revise this one with this board. Okay, so and this side I am writing or. Okay, so in case of and, true and true will be true. This is the two operand. If it is one is true and one is false, then it will become false. Again, if false and one is true, then it will become false. And both are false, then also the result will become false. Okay, this is called the truth table of AND, or this is called the rule of AND. This is called rule of AND logic. So if I put or, true and true will become true, false or true will become true, true and true or false, again it will become true, and if both are false only, false or false, then only it will return a false one. So this is the final output I am getting over here. This is the final output I am getting over here. Okay, and in this case this is the final output I am getting. These are the combinations and this one is the final output. Okay, now one more thing is there, that is not. In the Python we will write it not, not. Now not A, if A is true, then not A will return false. Okay, and if A is false, then the opposite thing will happen, that is it will return true, right? So if A is false, so it will return you the true value. This is all about not and an or operator. So I hope you have understood this logic, that what are about or and not operators, and also the relational operator. Mainly we use this relational operator and logical operator for some checking purpose or for conditional purpose in Python program. So whenever we are using if else or elif ladder, or sometimes with some while loop also, we can use this relational operator or this logical operators. Logical operators we can use with the compound statement. Okay, in the Python we can use compound statement, that compound statement. In compound statement we can use this logical operators. What is compound statement? Let me give you an example. Already I have given you. Suppose A greater B and B less C. This is called a compound statement. Again I can write, suppose this is inside a bracket, or A greater C. So this is also a compound statement. This is also known as a compound statement. Or if I just write only this expression up to this much, A greater B and B less C, this is also called as a compound statement. Okay, compound expression, right? So this is it for today's session. I hope all of you have understood about this logical operators and relational operators. So next day we will see some more example of relational operators, and also we will do some programming with this. Okay, we use it in a programs. So let's end the session here for today. Keep learning, keep growing, and let's meet in the next class. Till then, bye bye.